including WhatsApp, everywhere, with a particular announcement or statement that they said was credited to the Senate President Godswill Akpabio. That's a gossip, because we try to get that story verified. Some people are saying, some quarters say it's a fake news. I don't know if you've heard any other verified or mainstream media carry that conversation.
Nigerian Info did.
Oh, Nigerian Info carried it, and they played his voice say that. Oh,
it was their lead this morning.
And they played his voice saying that. Oh, and that statement seemed a bit, or comes off rather a bit too heavy for some Nigerians to carry, especially at a time when people are dying. Now, for those of you who probably were not on social media, because Saturdays and Sundays are for resting, let me read it out to you. Now it reads, we can do nothing to protect the lives of President Tinubu. Oh, sorry, we can do anything. I beg your pardon. Quoting now, it says, we can do anything to protect the lives of President Tinubu and his vice, even if it means sacrificing the lives of all Nigerians. This is the gossip that he said it is credited to Senate President Godswill Akpabio. Then he continues and says, we know Nigerians are hungry, but we will not stop. But that will not stop us from approving a private jet for Mr. President. His life is more important now than that of an ordinary citizen or that of ordinary citizens. We have to do that as fast as possible. So a lot of gossips made the round. This gossip made the round, as I said to you. We barely saw the story in any mainstream media, apart from what you just mentioned on the show. But this is not even the point of attraction. So people now said, wait. This House of Rep Committee, the National Assembly Committee on Security. Shebi, it was just 2 weeks ago that they mentioned, they suggested in their report, they suggested that it is, advised that a new jet be added to the president's fleet of private jets, right? So just something that started with small suggestion that people will say, oh, no, not at this time. It's not something we've taken so serious, because sources have it that this is reported by the Punch newspaper that the price of the purported aircraft that they may be buying for the president and his vice, or the aircraft that they will be adding to the presidential fleet, is what, about $623.4 million US. That's almost 1 trillion naira for those aircraft, if they were to be bought. If that is correct. So, we're just looking at things that are making the round and gossip. So, what does that mean to ordinary Nigerians at this time that people can barely not just feed, but afford common medications for diabetes, for hypertension, for, all sorts of very treatable ailments?
You see this Akpabio. If his people do not recall him, he will talk Tinubu into trouble. I'm not joking. Since that man got that appointment, now he was appointed, because his people never elected him as their president.
How do you mean they never elected him?
He was never Tinubu appointed.
Was he not in primaries? Okay, it was the primaries that was contentious.
Now, the Senate president, he was appointed. Ordinarily, his people should have elected him.
But he won the election in his constituency.
You saw what happened now.
What happened, sir?
The man that contested with him, the man said that the vote he saw is not what they announced. The man from the north, who was, in fact, the man defeated him, but for whatever reason, Akpabio was appointed to remain there. And you can see the
result. You mean the Senate presidency?
Yes. Okay. He was appointed.
I thought you meant his election as a senator.
No. It was even that of this. Remember what happened to his election?
His primaries that was contentious. As I said, almost went the same way with that of the former.
He did not contest. They went to court. To gave it to him with the influence of APC leaders. That is because they wanted him to sit on that place. And you can see the result. That's why we have been telling you that when you appoint a square peg in a round hole, this is the result. Akpabio did not merit that position, because since he came inside that place, he had been talking off point. In fact, he has even added so much weight that when he's talking, I strain my ears to hear.
What are the things that that he may have said recently that makes?
Was it not the one who said about what's it called, prayer in the mailbox of his colleagues? When he was,
he also said that they would let Nigerians breathe.
When he was caught off guard, instead of him to be intelligent about it, instead of him to say something that will at least cover what he has said, he now made it worse. by telling us that they will see prayers in their mailbox. What kind of prayer is that? All this while, mention one single thing Akpabio have done in that seat. These are the people that are leading me. These are people that are telling me what to do. This man.
Remember the statement of the national anthem too. That
Can you imagine? All this is, does it show that this man know what that office entails? Does it show? The legislature have just sacrificed their responsibility and their repute on the altar of the executive. Because of what? This is not how to work in synergy with this is not how to. Rather, you are promoting evil. That's what this National Assembly is doing. Let them go and look at what is going on in the UK. Our former colonial master. Let them go and look at what is going on at the American Congress. That is where you see legislators at work. Not this thing that Akpabio is doing.
Are you saying that what's happening in our Senate, in our National Assembly right now, would not make room for proper checks and balances?
It will never. Look, please, it will never. If it will, listen very well. Listen. Buhari told us how he collected some amount of money, about 23 trillion naira, and Tinubu said the National Assembly should investigate that matter. Up to today, have you had any other thing? That is your National Assembly.
Oh, by the way, there's a statement about it today. I was going to tell you because the National Assembly today said that they've not forgotten about it. That they've not swept it under.
Are you serious?
It's in my news now. You just lost me. You wouldn't have lost me.
Hold on. They have not forgotten, Abi?
Yes, sir.
Really? But they can remember that of Emefiele. Are you serious?
They are still pursuing.
Yeah, they remember that of Siriaki, whatever. Those ones, they will remember them.
All right, Lagos, you're welcome to the show. So let me let them in on the hot topics.
In conclusion, my dear, you see Akpabio, if Tinubu does not call him to order, go and mark my word.
That is if the statement is actually credited to him.
Not if. Nobody
okay, you said you heard it somewhere that they played the audio and
nobody can formulate such a thing. If not, they would have reacted since yesterday. They would have reacted. If it is not true, they would have reacted. But I'm telling you, based on what he has said so far, if Tinubu does not call this man to order, he will talk him into trouble. And I'm telling the people of Akpabio to call him back home. Let him come back. Because he's just there to serve Tinubu. He's not representing them at all.
But President, that's solely your opinion. And you know that does not represent that of the station.
I've given you the facts.
But that's your personal opinion, not that of VOP as a station.
Why is he kotoing to Tinubu's whims and caprices? Is that what he was sent there to go and do?
All right. Lagos, let me let you in on the hot topics that we have.
Tinubu's life is more important than my own. Who told him?
All right. Let's let you in on the hot topics that we have. Lagos, and the hot topic this evening, it will take decades to end banditry in North. Sultan of Sokoto said so. It will take decades to end banditry in the North. Okay, move on to other issues. Still about Sultan. Sultan is an institution. Guard him jealously. Shetima advises Sokoto government. And then it's trekking in the Sahara. Shehu Sani on Atiku visiting Buhari. You know, he had mentioned something about that when he said northern politicians visit to Buhari plot to unseat Tinubu in 2027. Shehu Sani, he's, blowing the whistle now. That these people visiting Buhari, that is plot. You remember that El-Rufai visited him just yesterday, right? And then Atiku too. So, okay, so moving on, he said it's trekking in the Sahara. That is, likening Atiku Abubakar's visit to Buhari as trekking to Sahara. Then 2027, Atiku's plan to unseat Tinubu, mere wishful thinking. Group said so. I just think they play. 30 trillion naira ways and means. Senate says investigation not stalled. 30 trillion naira ways and means. Senate says investigation not stalled. That's what he says. So Vice President, here you have it. That story. Buhari's government lavished 100 million. Wait for it. Not naira. $100 million US World Bank Women Empowerment Loan on meetings. That is, they use the $100 million do meetings. This is according to Women Affairs Minister. By the way, the Women Affairs Minister herself said it. Uju Kennedy Ohaneye herself said it. Okay, moving on. Luxury jets for Tinubu, sufferings for Nigerians. This is credited to PRP as the blast presidency. Luxury jets for Tinubu, sufferings for Nigerians. 2 coins with no balance. A bit 2 weeks scale with no balance. Then exodus of multinationals from Nigeria, evidence of governance problem. Peter Obi said so. Moving into other issues, former River State LG bosses defy police order, stage protests. So You know, say they say anybody no move anyhow, but the former local government bosses say they no go create. They don't stage protest. Abiodun emerges chairman, Southern Governors Forum. Soludo is a vice chairman. Lagos, these are the hot topics that we have. But let's take a quick breather. I'll be right back as we begin to dissect these and other conversations after the break.
From the views on the street, we go to bed empty hunger, to the blaring horns of a hustling city. The loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration, they were coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's lodge.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries, Voice of the People 90.3 FM became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV, youthful, full of vigor and pressure for excellence in the continent's media space, exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents.
Corruption kills three things that makes a society.
Representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television, truly a voice for the people.
Listen to hot critical analysis and top trending topics of the day. Join Precious, Monday to Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. on.
You're welcome back. It is still 90.3 Voice of the People from 18 minutes past the 7 p.m. mark right here in the city. Let's get started very quickly. So, the President General of the Nigeria Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, NSCIA, and Sultan of Sokoto, Muhammadu Saad Abubakar III, today Monday said it would take decades for the Northwest to overcome banditry and insecurity, perhaps 2044. Abubakar spoke at the Northwest Peace and Security Summit in Katsina State. What we must do, quoting him now, is to challenge these bandits because we all know the consequences of banditry and insurgency on our lives. But it will take decades to get out of it. If at all we even get out, that's what he's saying. It will take decades to get out of it. If all we get out of it, we all know the consequences of the problems. Now, the monarch expressed the readiness of traditional rulers to partner with security agencies and northern governors to save our region from numerous problems of banditry and insurgency, he said. But then that's not all about the Sultan of Sokoto. He also did say the Sultan of the Sultan is the Sultan of Sokoto, but he is much more than that. He represents an idea. He is an institution that all of us in this country need to jealously guard, protect, promote, preserve, and project for the growth of our nation. This statement was credited to Vice President Kashim Shettima today, Monday. Right, so President, he said this. As a matter of fact, I could actually just quote him saying that. So you know, it's better off you hear from the horse's mouth himself.
In all developmental issues in this country, His Eminence the Sultan of Sokoto, I want to use him as my point of reference to recognize and appreciate all our royal fathers present here. And to the Deputy Governor of Sokoto, I have a simple message for you. Yes, the Sultan is the Sultan of Sokoto, but he is much more than that. He represents an idea. He's an institution that all of us in this country need to jealously guard, protect, promote, preserve, and project for the good of our nation.
So yes, he said this at the inaugural Northwest Peace and Security Summit, same one that the Sultan himself attended. Now, Barrister Darlington, there are, rumors that the Sultan may likely face the fate of the Emir of Kano by the governor of Sokoto State, that that kind of squabble and all that. So perhaps, do you think that that's actually the reason why the vice president had to state that very clearly?
Yes, that is an issue here, because for him to have been telling me that he did not even say Sokoto, he said all of us in this country. And I beg to differ.
Should I play it again just in case people did not hear it well?
No, I heard you and people heard you. What I'm saying is that the Sultan does not represent my interests because I'm not a Muslim.
Okay, so what he means by all of us is because he's also like the head of Islam
he said
Nigeria.
All of us in this country. He did not specify.
Let's just play that again just for emphasis.
In all developmental issues in this country, His Eminence, the Sultan of Sokoto, I want to use him as my point of reference to recognize and appreciate all our royal fathers present here. And to the Deputy Governor of Sokoto, I have a simple message for you. Yes, the Sultan is the Sultan of Sokoto, but he is much more than that. He represents an idea, he's an institution that all of us in this country need to jealously guard, protect, promote, preserve, and project for.
Okay, so he represents an idea that all of us must jealously guide, protect.
I disagree. His idea cannot be my idea.
Why, sir?
I know my royal father, Ezengozu Walaka. The man who is maintaining peace in my community. Are you getting what I'm saying?
Okay, sir.
So I cannot leave him and start what interest? I'm not a Muslim. The Sultan represents the interests of Muslims. If the man has said in Sokoto, I won't bother myself. He's talking to his people. Tell me one thing that concerns other tribes and other ethnic groups in Nigeria that the Sultan has come out frontally. Was it not in his state that a young girl, Deborah Samuel, was killed and born to death? A young girl, in his state. Did you utter a word throughout that time?
That's
Precious, answer
issue.
me.
That's a religious issue.
Oh,
sir.
really? What does it represent? What does it represent? Please tell me. Okay, religious issue that say you should burn people, Abi. What kind of religion is that? Is that the man under his watch? And he did not even bother to say they should prosecute that person. He should have ordered something to be meted out to those people who carried out those things. And that is the man.
Are you saying that no matter? But are you saying that it is now fair for people to insult people's religion or to go against people's?
What are you talking about? Who are you to take laws into your hand?
Okay, you're looking at it from the law perspective.
Not even that's what the Constitution says. Okay. You don't have any right.
Constitutionally, you should not take life, no matter what.
God, you don't have. God did not tell you to fight for him.
Oh, okay.
God did not tell anybody to fight, no matter your religion. God did not tell you to fight for him. Let them come and tell me where God told somebody, fight for me. So all this thing that people are saying that this and that, Shetima made a mistake in that speech. He was overreaching himself. If the man is a royal father that represents everybody will know that. You don't need to say it. People will be deferring to him. You don't look at what is going on in Kano. Has he said anything? No, he kept quiet. As a royal father who represents the interest of everybody. Mention other issues in Nigeria that is going on, that this particular Sultan has come out and said, no, this is not the way to go. Has he advised any governor? Has he advised any president? Whatever they do, he's okay. Is that the kind of person that we want? As a royal father, you know that you command some people, you command some respect. Why can't you talk to these people who are misleading your people?
But Darlington, what makes you think he's not talking?
We have not had though. We have not had.
You don't have to hear for you to know that he's talking.
If you light the candle, put it where people will see it. The only time I heard him talk was when he was telling Remi Tinubu to go and tell the husband. Can you imagine? Is that not what he did? The woman came to pay homage to him. Instead of him to acknowledge the woman and her presence, allow her to go and do for the commission she came for. He starts sending the wife to the husband. So why can't you talk to Tinubu as a royal father? Most of the things going on in this country is these royal fathers. Some of them who don't know what they're supposed to do. when the governor or whatever, the president tell them, they will carry it out without thinking. When the thing boomerang, they will now go and hide and start looking for somebody to blame. If it's that prominent and eminent as Shetima was saying, he should have done something now. At least this cannot matter. It's part of the Emirates. It's part of his constituency.
Okay. So you're expecting that he
have not said anything. He have not.
About the Kano Emirates
Of course. He have not said anything. So why is the Shetima telling Sokoto state governor?
But does that reduce his status in any way? Does that invalidate Shetima, the vice president's statement in any way? The fact that, do you know if he's even acting, in private and not in public? You can't tell.
Precious, please, I've told you here. I've told you the only time I heard him say anything about what is going on, and that is not the way to go. As a royal father, the government should be afraid of him. The government should be listening to him. But because they have surrendered their right to these governors and the president. Is that the way it's supposed to be?
All right. So
what I'm saying in essence is that what Shetima said, he's talking to himself. Whenever they want to make this statement, let them count me out. Because I'm not interested. As long as this type of thing is going on and nobody talking, I don't buy their idea. All right. Because that's the idea they represent. Burning people for blasphemy. How do you define blasphemy, Precious? How do you define it? Our constitution is there. So blasphemy should be according to your own will. Whatever you think is blasphemy, that's what will happen, Abi. Not what the constitution says. Who are you to fight for God? Who are you?
Barrister Darlington, this is a very sensitive issue.
I'm telling him that because he said all of us should protect. Why should I protect somebody who will see something?
Barrister Darlington, please. So let's just move on to another conversation.
Let's move on now.
So former lawmaker Senator Shehu Sani has described Atiku Abubakar's visit to former President Muhammadu Buhari as trekking in the Sahara. In fact, let me even start the matter from the beginning. He started by saying that he said the recent visit by some prominent northern politicians to ex-President Muhammadu Buhari in Daura, Katsina State, were all plots to unseat President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027. So that means the politicians are already planning for 2027. Meanwhile, we're still in the very hard and difficult 2024. Now, it was reported that former Vice President Atiku Abubakar visited, who is also the People's Democratic Party candidate for the 2023 presidential election, as well as the former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai, among others, recently paid a solemn homage to the former president in his hometown in Daura. Now, Buhari handed over power to Tinubu. Of course, we do know that. Yes. So, according to Sani, who also is an activist, the prominent northerners want to resurrect the Buhari political charms and fanaticism, and mobilize the gullible to another hollow and bewildering end. That's what he said. Now, a project the former lawmaker, in a post on his verified Facebook handle today, Monday, noted would eventually fail. According to him, he said this particular project, Sani therefore urged northerners to reject the faces and their plots to unseat the president come 2027, while noting that they had nothing to offer too. They had nothing to offer. Sani said the recent visit to some prominent northern politicians to Daura appears to be the usual Eid homage, but looking deeper and beyond the facade, it is surreptitiously a new attempt to build a strong northern alliance using ex-President Buhari as a rallying point to challenge and evict President Tinubu's government in 2027. It's a regrouping of northern political forces for the next general election, a project that will eventually kiss the dust. Olule, that's what you could do. In fact, they want to resurrect Buhari's political charm and fanaticism. And fanaticism, that's a strong word to use.
He knows.
That's a strong word to use. Fanaticism, and mobilize the gullible to another hollow and bewildering end. They want to stock up, light up the Arewa sentiment without considering the inferno it would eventually generate. He said a lot, and then he says the same Buhari that led Nigeria for 8 years and left the North worse than he met it. It's too early to forget. By the time he left power, poverty and insecurity were at their peak. Then he said, than at any time before. So poverty and insecurity, became much more than it was at any time before in the history of Nigeria. They had power and wasted it. What do they want to do with it again if they had it and wasted it? A southerner is in power just for 1 year. It's too early for the desperate and power-hungry northern elite to start plotting. The South never did that to Buhari. Their intended action has the capacity of ruining the democratic process and wrecking the fragile unity of the country when the South is awakened to the reality. Their obsession with power is condemnable. What he said, the Lord President. See, let me just, he even likened it to trekking to Sahara. Trekking on the Sahara. That's what he did. So, Barrister Darlington.
Yes, I am.
These are very strong words.
Yes, I am so happy. And Notana is saying it. I am so happy.
Calling Buhari a fanatic. Yes, that's what that statement means. That he's reigniting his fanaticism, and that's like calling the former president a fanatics.
Good.
Could that be a religious or ethnic fanatics?
Both of them.
Oh, wow.
Both of them, because it was under Buhari that most Nigerians came to know what is nepotism. No, most Nigerians didn't know until Buhari came on board.
How do you mean?
He now put it as a state policy. He now told us what nepotism is without any apology. He was appointing his kinsmen, both qualified and non-qualified, into sensitive positions in this country. And that was why his government never moved forward. He was putting round peg in a square hole throughout. And look at the result. So I thank God there are people like that in the north. I thank God, because I know if I've said those things here, pleasure, you will not allow me.
I will not let you, because these are strong words.
So you can imagine. You can imagine.
He said them on social media. He didn't say that in any
but he's here now. Everybody have heard him. Whether social media or anti-social media, the media is the media. Wherever you heard it, the fact remains that somebody said it. And that is the reality. I don't know why the North always think that power is their own. Anytime, what if they leave power for 1 minute? It looks like the world is coming to an end. Meanwhile, when you give them this power, nothing will come out of it. Look at it. Out of our 64 years of independence, the North has been there for over 48 years. Look at what is going on there. Is that not enough embarrassment for them? Both Erufai, both Buhari and other people, and other governors, are they not embarrassed that their region is in the state it is today? With all the power they've been grabbing and grabbing and grabbing, with all the money they have been making and making and making from the federal government, where is the evidence? So when people like us are talking, we are talking with us. So thank God we have a disciple in Shehu Sani. Let him continue to fire them from there, whether they will hear. And let me tell you, precious, Nigeria will never make the mistake we made it with Buhari. Never again.
How do you mean?
I said never. Let 2027 come. All of us will enter the field. They cannot impose another person on us.
Was Buhari imposed on you?
He was.
How?
He was.
He won the 2025. Barrister Darlington, please, you're making serious allegations on radio.
I said
this is a public radio, Barrister Darlington.
Hold on. Precious.
Sir?
Let me tell you 3 statements that will to buttress my point. Tinubu said that Buhari is the only person who can defeat Jonathan. That's why they brought him on board. Wole Soyinka said that Buhari is a born-again Democrat. Obasanjo said that Buhari is the man who will do the job. That was why they rallied around and they imposed him on us. At the end
How
of the
come he won the election? Or they rallied around and ensured that he gathered enough votes for him?
Please, you see, that why
we're looking at proofs, Barrister Darlington.
Yes,
you speak with proof.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Yes,
okay, good.
That is why you must not allow evil to fester in an environment for too long. If it continues, every one of us will see it as tradition. All this one proof. Everybody saw how the election went.
How did the election go?
Even Jonathan have every reason to contest that election in 2015, but he left quietly. You saw toddlers voting in Kano. Kano that gave Buhari the winning vote. You saw what happened there. The REC, the resident electoral commissioner, had the actual result in his hands. He wanted to go and announce it. They said no, he will not. Tell me, a whole commissioner of police, Idris, he said he will not. And what happened? They burned that man in his house and surrounded it to make sure nobody came out of that house. Is that an election? Is that victory? I talk now. Should you want to challenge me? Go ahead. The man said, look at the result. He had the actual result. They did not allow him to announce it. And you are telling me he won an election. Please don't let us don't open an old wound. What are you telling me? Or is it the last one that happened here? You saw what Yakubu Mohammed Abi whatever did. So don't tell me you won. Let us move on. No. But don't remind me of what you did to me yesterday. What you did, don't remind me. I've moved on.
All right. So yes, Barrister Darlington. So the ad hoc committee of the Nigeria Senate investigating the 30 trillion naira ways and means, the debt incurred during the administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari, has debunked reports that its investigation has been stalled. Saying a lie, we no stall and we no sweep under the carpet. Chairman of the ad hoc committee, Senator Jibri Issa, representing Kogi East, said in Abuja today, Monday, that investigation is still on course. In a statement he issued and made available to journalists, Issa refuted the reports and attached a letter of reminder written to the Office of Accountant General for the Federation, requesting for vital information for thoroughness of the investigative exercise. So Senator Jibrin, who doubles as chairman, Senate Committee on Customs and Excise Duties, explained in the statement, I beg your pardon, in the statement that though the ad hoc committee was, Let me let you take it over from there, please.
Is it?
Let me let you take it over from there.
Okay, fine. Now, if an issue, if you have such an issue, Precious, do you need anybody to tell you what is at foot? Please, I want you to repeat one particular section of what you just said. That area where you were talking about, who was that person? I've forgotten his name now. You mentioned somebody's name. I want to pick it up from there.
Jibrin.
About what?
The ways and means.
Good. Hold on. Do you remember how long I've been talking about this money? That they told you they have not swept it under the carpet, they have swept it on top of the roof. They have swept it because I have been on this matter. I am telling you, if I have my way, that is the only thing I would have done. As long as Buhari is no longer covered by immunity, Precious, I will never. For what? For what? That is the type of impunity and arrogance we are talking about. The way the man even did it and the way he said is what is annoying me up to tomorrow. But let somebody, all these Yahoo boys who are collecting a starvation allowance from their greedy partners abroad, let EFCC, they will carry a gun, carry everything, invade the village, go to school hostel, go to hotel, pack everybody. Let them tell me one Yahoo boy that have collected the 23 trillion naira from any foreigner. No, tell me. If we recover that money from Buhari, why I wouldn't even bother with any Yahoo boy. I'm telling you, after what they are doing in reparation, if they are collecting it from the white man, our slave brother they took away in the 14th and 15th century, have they paid us for it? Have they paid us? They have paid Israel for the Holocaust, about $12 billion by the German government. They have paid the Kenyan people for this thing, uprising that they suppressed with brutal force. They paid them about $55 million. So Africa and Nigeria will suffer more in the slave trade business now. Have they paid us back? That was what what was the reason that why they didn't want Abiola to come on board. Abiola was very strong on this. He said reparation. He was saying he went to the UN and said that the West must pay us reparation. That if he become president, he will fight for it. This is one of the reasons why, under the watch of an American ambassador in this country, Abiola died in his presence, and nobody bothered to do autopsy to know what killed him. So why can't they recover that money from this man since he's alive? Every time they have not swept. Who told you have not swept it under the? Did who accuse you? That means guilty conscience is worrying them. Precious, look at all the people that are harassing all over the place. None of them even collected up to 1 trillion. And somebody told you with his own mouth how he collected 23 trillion naira that has become a 30 trillion naira now. And you see there. Instead of you to ask EFCC to move in, you now took it to the National Assembly for what? So there are more corruption that is bigger than the other or better than the other. I don't understand. So there are corruption cases that EFCC must not go to. When it is financial crime, somebody should go, and it is EFCC. So if they are not investigating this matter, then what are you telling me that you are fighting corruption? It was Tinubu that asked them to investigate that matter. Why did he take it to National Assembly instead of EFCC? These are the things we are talking about. When people have become above our laws, bigger than the country, how can you move forward? Precious, as I talk to you today, a former American president is being investigated. In fact, the court have already sentenced him. He's a working prisoner. Donald Trump is a working prisoner in the US now. It's just for him to work it. Maybe by the time they now announce the sentence, he will just walk inside the prisons. That's an American president too. Is any Nigerian president more powerful than him? These are the things that is going on here. Let one youth now, whose brain is too hot, that he's looking for what to do with his computer and his smartphone. Collect 1 naira somewhere now. You see all of them, they wake up.
Barrister Darlington, is that you justifying Yahoo?
Really? Where did they learn the work from? Hold on.
I'm asking, are you justifying?
Which one is justified?
Are you justifying internet crime?
Hold on. Which one is more justified now? Which one are you justifying?
I'm just asking. I just want to get your point.
I said let them collect the 23 trillion before I will start blaming the youth and start harassing them. That's what I'm saying. Are you saying that because politicians... I am saying the same thing you are saying. I don't know what you are saying, no, but I'm saying that they learn this work from somewhere. The youth to copy from their elders. So what are you saying? Hold on. Did they copy from somewhere? Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Oh, you will not justify that one, but you justify that of the youth, Abi. For what? We don't have separate laws, so they are the one that taught the youth how to steal money. But Ndume said that if somebody steals something small like millions of billions, that is not stealing. Good. Since this and that the person cannot be stoned because it's too small. This one is in trillion. Let them bring Buhari on board. Let them not tell her that it has not been swept under the carpet. We have been hearing that story, Precious, we have been hearing that story. All the Kalu is supposed to be in jail now. Is it not APC that let him off the hook with all the money he embezzled in Abia State? No, tell me. Who told him? Did we accuse him that he has swept it under the carpet? He's coming out because of guilty conscience. They will never do anything about it. Quote me. They will never do anything. I think to act as a deterrent. To act as a deterrent. So are you saying that the National Assembly lacks the capacity to indict former President Buhari? Is there anything they have had the capacity to do? Mention one thing this National Assembly have had the capacity to do. President, please, that's an indictment on the entire What are you talking about? Didn't you hear what Abadio said? Well, people are giving you evidence, I see doubting them. I don't understand though. Okay, so let me go to another case. So, Minister for Women Affairs Uju Kennedy-Ohaneye has revealed that former President Muhammadu Buhari's administration lavished initial $100 million of a $500 million World Bank, $500 million World Bank loan for women empowerment and meetings. Good. That is out of the $500 million. 100 million went for not naira or dollars. So for those who don't understand, if I times that by today's money, you have to understand how much it is. So that they used 100 million out of the $500 million on meetings alone. Ohaneye made this revelation in an interview today, and it was on the national TV, right? Television. According to the minister, Buhari's government lavished $100 million on meetings, advocacy, and consultations. Okay, Barrister Darlington. Yes, now this that's part of what we are saying. Yes, thank God. Am I the one that said it now? Pressure. You can see what is annoying me here. You and I are now paying for these things. This money that they have stolen, right, left, and center, you and I are paying for it. They are not taxing us. Pressure, they are not taxing you and me for money that I did not even know when they collected and when they ate it. They are not telling you there's no money. They made empty treasury. Meanwhile, they know the person that took the money, they will not talk to him. Nigerians are now suffering for what somebody did in office. How do you want me to be happy with that? Do you know how many people that have died because of hunger? Because of this APC administration? Do you know how many? But people may be talking, is that because it has not reached your own side? No, it has not. You are not wearing their shoes. If you are, you will be so angry with everybody. You promise to come and better Nigeria. We gave you all the support, everything, only for you to mess it up. And you say we should not talk, we should not be angry. Eh? Can you just imagine? More revelations are coming out, too. Precious. More revelations, because up to today, I have been wondering where all the money Buhari made went to. I've been wondering. Remember, some money we are confiscated from the bank. Some abandoned funds was taken over by the government. Remember, they devalued the naira. They devalued under Buhari. They devalued it. So if you sell $1 million barrel of $1 million worth of crude oil, by the time you multiply, you are making over 400 million. Which is money coming to the federal government under Buhari. They block some accounts. Then crude oil, look at what was selling under him. Where is all those money? Precious, where is all those money? Nobody's asking question. And you are telling me we should move on. Is that not what they are telling you now? We should move on. How can we move on if we do not solve the problem of yesterday? It will continue to linger on now. It will continue to linger on. That is why America they don't even want to hear about Donald Trump. He wanted to bastardize the American presidency. That's why they are prosecuting him.
All right, so President,
so if you are a conscious country and you have value, you have something to hold on to, my dear, you will not allow anybody to mess it up, no matter who is involved.
Okay.
You will not.
So Barrister Darlington, now the People's Redemption Party, PRP, has condemned the president's decision, to purchase new luxury jets for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, describing it as reckless, insensitive and clear statement to the government's detachment from reality. We recall that the president's sources had previously stated that the new jets are intended to enhance the president's security and comfort during official trips. However, the purchase has continued to spark outrage among many Nigerians. Bitu has mentioned something about it. Other people have also said something about it. Now, in a statement released today, Monday, signed by Muhammad Ishaq, the party's acting national publicity secretary, the PRP criticized the government for prioritizing the president's comfort over the welfare of Nigerians who are struggling with economic hardship and poverty. The party questioned the rationale behind the purchase, given the country's current economic situation, and accused the government of being out of touch with the realities faced by ordinary citizens. Now, the PRP also noted that the presidential jet purchased in 2023 is only 19 years old, and questioned why the government is not learning. That was purchased in 2003, by the way. That is only 19 years old, and questioned why government is not learning from example of other countries like China and the US, by the way, Burkina Faso too, and other African countries, by the way, which have used their presidential jets for 24 and 34 years respectively. China, US have used theirs 24, 34 years respectively. God. Our own is just 19 years, and we're shouting that it's too late.
Okay.
So the PRP demanded that the government reconsider this wasteful expenditure and focus on delivering tangible benefits to the Nigerian people. The party further called on all well-meaning Nigerians to join them in condemning this reckless spending and demand better governance for their people. Well, let's move on to another issue concerning that, so that we'll have you react accordingly. So, Peter Obi, the Labour Party's presidential candidate for the 2023 general election, has blamed governance failure for the exodus of multinationals from Nigeria. Now, in a statement on his Twitter account, Mr. Obi said the exodus of multinational companies from Nigeria had cost the country over 95 trillion naira in the past 5 years. Quoting his tweet now, he says, "These companies have highlighted the same problems across the board," said Mr. Obi. "It's clear these issues are not coincidental but symptomatic of a larger governance problem. Why are we not facing and solving these problems heads on?" Citing some national dailies, Mr. Peter B decried that GlaxoSmithKline, Equinor, and 8 other companies exited Nigeria over harsh economic policies and insecurity. That will be the Punch newspaper he cited. He said, according to the New Telegraph, again, the last year alone, over 10 multinational giants such as GlaxoSmithKline, Equinor, Sanofi, Aventis, Bolt's Food, Procter & Gamble, Jumia Food, PZ Cousins, and Kimberly and Clark, Diageo, and others have exited Nigeria, citing early, consistent reasons or eerily consistent reasons. Now, Mr. Obi said tackling the issues would require creating a business-friendly environment to boost investment, innovation, and growth. This includes prioritizing security, stabilizing our policies, and reducing energy costs. We must also cultivate a culture of transparency, accountability, and good governance. Because how is it that we don't even know exactly how much our politicians are earning? And we're the ones who voted them. We can't still tell. Some time ago, Shehu Sani told us that, each senator earns about 14 million naira every month. But just the other day, the what do they call it? This NLC said that during their protest, and they refuted it. That no, that's not true. How do we know exactly the amounts that they earn? Shouldn't we know if they're paid by our tax money? So, quoting him further, he says, "We can build an economy that benefits all Nigerians. Let us unite to transform Nigeria into a nation conducive to business and attractive investment." He even did mention that part of the reasons that these people left was also high cost of energy. Now, Barrister Darlington, there are quarters that say that, these companies actually left because at that time there was no subsidy in petroleum and electricity. Sorry, there was subsidy in petroleum and electricity. So, because there was subsidy, they came and they made a lot of profits. They milked Nigeria. Now that they removed the subsidy, they don't see milk to milk again. The milk don't dry. So they had to run away. That's what some people are saying. I'd like to know your take on this.
Don't mind them. Anybody saying this, making this type of statement is a sycophant.
How, sir?
How does your subsidy, how does it concern these companies? Are they the ones that are exporting it through the border? We are talking of manufacturing concerns, manufacturing businesses. How is that the problem why they left? They are telling you mostly insecurity. You know that this company, they move their goods around the country. They have what's it called now? Drivers that move. Some of them, at times, their drivers, they don't come back when they go. The other kid and their goods, confiscated or stolen on the road. They have suffered losses. When they want to export from our ports, the charges they get there is, in fact, it not be here. Go to the port now, it's very scanty. Very, very scanty. Some Nigerian businesses are closed down. They are closed down. They are not doing it. You have some people who called you on this platform and told us what is going on at the port. Was it those businesses that caused it? Of course, they came from somewhere. So when you don't want them to do business, they left to their country where they are needed. What are you telling me? So what I'm saying in essence is that except these people listen to wise counsel, it is going to get worse. Quote me, it will get worse. Forget about all these sarcophagi. Even the sarcophagi, they know. They know that things are not sitting well with them. They just want to be massaging the ego of their paymaster and their principal, nothing else. They know because they have families who are not living in Aso Rock. They have families who are equally suffering the same thing. No matter how much you give them, it will never be enough. None of them will go and buy a bag of rice for 20,000 or 30,000. No, they'll buy the same amount. All of us are buying it. So what are you now saying? By the way, Precious, please answer me. Was Nigeria like this before 2015 when these people came into office? Was it like this?
But Nigerians said it was hard enough then.
You can see what I'm telling you. What propaganda can do.
People complained. That's why they staged the protest in 2012.
It was fuel subsidy that they said they should not remove.
No, but they also did mention. Did you forget how much do you buy your dollar now? Is $1 equals to £1? How much are you buying your fuel today? So it was hard then.
What was that?
It was said to be hard for Nigerians.
Hold on, it was not this hard.
Okay.
And it could have been this hard if that government was allowed to continue, only to stabilize the economy and move us further than where they met us. This would have been better. Look at it. If Jonathan had removed that fuel subsidy that time, I mean, that man would have done a lot of things with it. But they told the whole world that it's a scam, it's this and that, and gullible Nigeria bought into it. Okay, since they came into office and they have been paying that subsidy, even triple, I was expecting the same Nigerian to say, but this was the major reason why you remove a PDP out of office. What is going on? You can see why I am not happy with these people. You can see how everybody has kept quiet. Nobody is now occupying Ojota. Look, more companies will leave. I said it 2 months ago that when this other company, they will not Procter and Gamble, I said more are leaving. All this noise that more companies are coming. Where are they coming to? The one they went to tell us in India, how many have come? The 14 billion they want to bring here, where is it? Professor, where is the one they went to Qatar and Saudi Arabia? Where are the companies? Are you telling me that those people, they are not seeing what is going on? They didn't hear that more companies are leaving. So why would they not come in the same environment? Your own people, your own citizens, they have life but they cannot use it because of what? High cost of energy. I have advocated here that let any of them tell me buy or no longer during Galadio or even Tinubu, let them tell me any Western country that is not subsidizing fuel, electricity, food, education, health. Let them mention one.
So Barrister Darlington, speaking about energy. So I did tell you before that I had a friend who owned a business that was not previously in the band A, band. So but now is now placed on band A and he's meant to pay more. So and I have another friend who also owns a business, and the person has also just received a letter that is now on band A. And his initial, let's say this person's this business pays as much as 12 to 13 million monthly for energy. They're going to be paying about 36 million naira monthly now for energy. So the question is, who bears that brunt? Who bears? Where does it? Because it's either ways. Like if he does not pass the price to the consumers, which is you and I, which will inevitably make the cost of things more expensive, or they give us substandard goods or services just because they had to meet up rather. So what then happens to quality?
Do you know?
Or how do you force people to maintain quality?
It has been reduced. The quality of the product, even when you go to some of these eateries, the standard of quality have reduced. Some of them say all the menu that they're supposed to line up in a day, they don't even make. Maybe they have divided it into half. Because of the high cost of beans now, you can hardly see more on any of their shelf. You can hardly.
All right. So Barrister, let's quickly get to what happened.
And so on, and even plantain, you can't see. So if this business continue like that, people come with what they need, they don't have. If they stay there for 1 month, would they close shop? Would they close shop? And when you see the little things they have giving you now, you say, what is all this now? It's better I go home and go and prepare something for myself. All right. So eatery now is an expensive business.
Barrister Darlington, just before we open the phone lines, Nigerians are already calling in River State, my dear state. Remember that 23 caretaker committee chairmen have been sworn in, but they are yet to access their local government offices or headquarters where they are. So today, the pro-wiki group, in Akokotoro local government area, Buguma and Akokotoro, I think so. The Buguma and Asaritor local government area former chairman, Onengiyo Fori Judge, alongside their supporters, were in the streets of Port Harcourt to protest and to let the police know that they should continue occupying the local government because the governor is acting in impunity with impunity, and he cannot be behaving anyhow he likes. So, but it was, in fact, disaster was almost averted because we heard that there was another group which was a pro Asari Dokobo group who almost attacked them, but the police acted swiftly to protect them. They eventually gave their protest letter to the governor. So, Barrister Darlington, the police have cordoned that area, the local government headquarters, since this incident. How long do you think this will continue? That means that he almost means that the governor does not have his caretaker committee chairman working because they don't have access to their offices where they should be working from.
He said they should be working remotely now. Let us assume that COVID-19 is now in River State. Or weak virus is in River State. So they should be working.
Radio. You're on public radio, please.
Are you serious? This is your public radio. What did I say wrong? Is it not Wike that is causing the problem?
Who said Wike is causing the problem?
I said it. Let somebody challenge me. I said it. I said it. Is Fubara fighting himself? Hold on. Is Fubara fighting himself in River State? He's fighting with somebody, and that person is Wike, who's supposed to be in Abuja.
By the way, the men that were protesting were singing pro-Wike song and.
So what are you now saying? Public radio. You can only say that if I've said anything wrong or something that is not.
It's okay. So how long do you say this issue lasts?
As long as River people allow it. as long as they allow it, because you see, when you don't confront this type of evil, it will continue. Except they deal with wicked and this is godfatherism, it will never stop. Let some people learn a lesson. It was happening in Kwara until the Kwara people say otoge, otoge. I don't know their language in River. Let them say it to wike. Then every other state can copy the same thing.
Okay, so speaking about this, just to announce to Nigerians that the Ogun State Governor Prince Dapo Abiodun on Monday emerged the chairman of the Southern Governors Forum, and Charles Saludo of Anambra State emerged vice chairman of the Southern Governors Forum. By the way, the only person that was absent in that meeting was my Governor Siminalayi Fubara. He wasn't.
He has no problem at home.
Ew, so that's why he could not go anywhere. All right.
So that they will not do damage before you come back from a meeting.
All right. So thank you. Lagos, it's now time to hear from you. Let's have you have your say. 0700 903 903 903. That's the number to call. You can call the WhatsApp line 0817 175 6338. 0817 175 6338 and 0700 903 903 903. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Precious.
Sir? Joval?
Precious, Precious, I greet you once again.
You people attacked me. You people attacked me. I wanted to take my voice away, Abi.
In fact, today, I'm even going to attack you now, Precious.
No,
First of all, let me say hi to Barrister
I'm not feeling fine, Bikono.
I'll call for you.
I'm not feeling fine.
To Barrister Darlington.
How are you?
I'm fine, Barrister Darlington. I'm doing great.
Good.
I want to come for Precious.
No.
Precious, hold on. You have asked Barrister Darlington over and over and over again to supply proof for his for all he has been alleged. All this, he has been able to supply you all the proofs. Precious, you have not disputed anything.
I'm telling you.
This morning, I was listening to Cordelia this morning, and Cordelia, somebody was talking about Nnamdi Kanu's release, and equated it with that of Sunday Igboho, and mentioned that DSS went to Sunday Igboho's house and found ammunition, AK-47.
Exactly.
Cordelia went to do a research and found it on Daily Post.
That was correct. That was correct. I remember that was what led to that raid now at that time.
Of course.
You know, I have all this information at the top of, I know.
It's in facts. Justifying it with evidential proofs. Nothing can be argued about this, Precious. Obviously, let me even say it was in 1985, or was the 1984, if I'm not mistaken, by Sudanese, Nigerians queued for the first time to buy bread. Yes. Under the then head of state, General Muhammadu Buhari.
After the
retired.
financial policy issue, then now.
That is SAP. No, not
yes.
SAP.
Nigerians queued to buy bread in this nation for the first time.
Yeah, change your currency.
Because like we say, history is man's best friend when properly kept.
Exactly.
Obviously, history becomes man's worst enemy when not properly kept.
So
Nigerians
now
allowed Buhari.
Joval, you recall that? I know I'm coming. I know you want to ask me a question, but before you ask me this question, before you come for me, let me come back at you. Apologies for cutting you with my veto power and vetoed you. So you recall that while we were on this show, when what's his name, Emefiele was consistently attacked that this financial policy was his, right? I had stated then that whose decision was it in 1983-84 when Buhari was still the head of state, and he made the same decision? Was it Emefiele's? Was Emefiele the head of CBN at that time? I mentioned that. You hear me? So for me, yes, I can hear you. So for me to have mentioned that then, that tells you that I know. Right? Okay. So I'm not answering you again. Okay. So I have rested my case.
I will cut you a slack now. Let me cut you a slack. Precious, you're dodging from me because I will not come for you again. I said Nigerians have not kept history. So they made history their worst enemy. And for this reason, in 2015, the same president that we have today packaged Buhari with some of this propaganda where he mentioned that when other countries were looking for solution to their problem, they ran to the general. And he gave examples mentioning America and other countries that I don't want to mention right now. So, and he told Nigerians that now that we are having issues, we should turn to General Muhammadu Buhari in 2015. You can play it on YouTube. It's still there.
It's still there.
And Nigerians mistakenly again allowed Buhari to come into government. He stayed for 8 years. And now Tinubu is telling us that he inherited a zero economy from the person that he brought into office. I don't understand. How do we want us to believe that, Precious? It doesn't really sound well to my hearing at all.
Sorry, let me
he
talk
brought
to someone
Buhari.
else. Let me talk to
hold
someone
on. I will drop now. Precious. He brought Buhari, and Buhari has actually ridiculed the economy for him. So he should turn it. He should do something about it. Bring the economy back to be moving. So we begin to listen to him. Instead, he's making it worse. It was said now by that Buhari is the worst, if I'm not mistaken, of the leaders that we have in present time. If Tinubu is not careful, he could beat Buhari's record. So he should do something about that. I will not come for you again, Precious. I would have come for you, but let me stop now.
I'm not feeling well. I told you. It should be you heard that I was choking.
You feel well.
I'm not fine.
Others that are going to call in now, they will come for you now. Some people are coming for you.
I'm not fine.
Be ready for them.
But it's Darlington, I'm dodging behind you.
I will come for you again.
Will you protect me?
I will.
I'm behind you.
I will.
Thank you so much.
Protected.
Hello, good evening to you.
Hello.
Sir, welcome.
Good evening, Precious.
Sir, good evening. You're welcome. What's your name, sir, and where are you calling from?
My name is Philip from Ajala Abuleba.
You're welcome, Philip. Go ahead.
You see, this government has nothing to offer women. When Tinubu was a governor of Lagos State, he deliberately learned how to inflict things from poor masses.
I don't understand.
He's an accountant. And the accountant doesn't allow people to enjoy with them than their colleagues. That is what is happening. I don't pray to complete this 4 years. You are suffering.
I know you're Yoruba man. You mentioned your name now, but I appreciate you. But you don't say those things on air, please. No. Don't say that, please, in public radio, please. Hello, good evening to you. What will you do about it? Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening, Precious.
Sir, you're welcome.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening. Hello. Good evening, Brother Darlington.
Yes, so Zere Nadabi.
Well done, sir. No, for real.
Oh,
Brother
for real.
Darlington. Thank you. Water. I was a chemistry student then. Water is colorless. Water is tasteless. And water is odorless.
Yes.
So when somebody now telling me and you, Mr. Darlington and Precious, that water is tasteful and water is colorful, water has this kind of pinky taste, so pinky look. So that means to us, the person is telling us lies, Abi.
Yes.
So the person is telling us lies. So that is similar thing. It's synonymous to what Akwabi was telling us. So by the time you start analyzing it to us, Precious is telling you that you are trying to call him a liar. No, you are not saying he's a liar. You are not saying anybody is a liar. You are just describing what he said as against what is not happening. So the other time I talked about Akwabi about national identity, Precious, I said later, Precious told me that, say that I should not say this kind of thing. Say, as I will try to say that kind of thing, say it's not ideal. So, but what I want to tell them is that it's not ideal, It's not ideal because the whole world is watching this thing. We are seeing it clear, vividly clear now. It's very, very clear now. So somebody in that position of a Senate president be talking anyhow. It's not ideal now. Please, that must be called to order.
I'm telling you.
All right.
That must be called to order.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank
Precious.
you. Sir.
The certain governor that went on a meeting, they issued a communique.
We just heard that the Pabiado is they're elected.
Okay, that's what they want to go and do.
I'm coming back. We'll get back to that. Okay. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, Mr. Darlington, my man of the year. Good evening, sir.
Dayo, how are you doing?
It's the way Dayo used to shade me whenever he goes.
Good evening, sir.
Well done, Dayo. How are you doing?
Fine, sir.
No, Dayo, let me hear you finish talk now and don't
nice
greet me. If you don't greet me here, you know I have the power to turn off your...
woman leader. Let me talk now. I'm on air.
Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead. At least you have greeted APC woman leader. I don't know who she is, but it's good you greeted her. Go ahead.
Let me have my say, please.
Go ahead, sir.
You see, like Obi said, if the foundation that brought into power is not credible, then you cannot be credible. And your history supposed to speak. They say action speaks louder than words. Your history is supposed to speak for you. What you have done in the past is supposed to speak for you. But you cannot say the same thing for Precious president. It's very glaring. I mean, look at this. Look at the states at which Nigeria is now. Everywhere is so messed up. Many companies have left the country. Hello, are you hearing me?
We are hearing you. Go ahead.
No, look at the amount of companies that have left Nigeria, all because of insecurity. There is no light because of the state of the economy. Everywhere is in total mess, and the people where they're supposed to be able to help in terms of building infrastructures and every other thing that will make things easier for people to be able to do their business, and everywhere is in disaster. There's no infrastructural this thing. And now, instead of them to improve the life of the people, they have turned the people to beggars and amajeris in the midst of plenty. Is this governance? And we have just used 1 year. The amount of money they have borrowed for their enjoyment and this thing, instead of them to be able to deal with insecurity so that people will be able to go to farms. And the farmers can be able to go to farm to make things easier for people to eat. And now everything is upside down. Is this governance? And Precious, from the stats that you have been reading so far, is it showing that this government has anything to offer? They don't have anything to offer. So they cannot paint anything black or white. Everything is we are in mess.
All right, I appreciate you, Dayo. Thank you so much.
And they are now wait. Let me.
No, you have to also learn how to watch your words, please. Please.
I'm watching my word. I'm not saying anything that is negative, but it's the reality of things. And instead of them to be able to solve the issue that we have in hand as a country, they are now planning to buy jets. When we have existing jets, the jets that brought your president into South Africa, is it not an Air Force jet? And instead of them to use this existing
all right, I have to let you go, Dayo. Thank you so much. Hello, good evening to you. Yes, it's Val. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, please. Thank you. Welcome. What's your name, sir? Very well, we can hear you. Good evening.
Hello, good evening, Precious.
Sir, welcome, sir.
Hello.
We are hearing you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Hello, good evening. He can hear us. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening, Madam Precious. This is Kerry from Switzerland.
Oh, Kerry, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah, we got a little Ndewo.
Ndewo, my brother.
Yeah, no, sir. Precious.
Sir?
You see, I agree with Dr. Barrister, Dr. Prophet Danley.
Oh, why did I forget all these titles today?
Yeah, because Shetima will not be telling us what he's saying. You understand? If he's talking to people in Sokoto State, that one is ideal. So, but not telling me, I'm a Bini man. So it's what my Oba of Bini is telling us to do. That's what we'll be doing. Exactly. He's the one taking care of that. Exactly. So somebody from Kaduna or wherever cannot come and telling us what to do there. That's number one. Number two is, how come our governments, don't they have, what are the advisors doing? How come by this time that we are having this issue on ground, no food, nothing, they're talking about jets for the president? In short, I don't have anything to say because I've been trying to call all these days. The lines are not be going. And sometimes when I listen to the news, I'll just get too worked out and I'll be like, what's the need? Please, please, madam, please, Madam Precious, you journalists, please, people should try and be talking to these people. Enough is enough.
So why else do we talk? What do you think we enjoy the kind of lamentation we raise here every day?
I know we don't enjoy it. So even we that are here, we are not happy that our country is like this. They should be careful because the day now something will come up, they will say, they should take it easy. It's too much. We're talking about one. They're talking about buying this, doing this, doing this. Look at all the whole country is messed up. The judiciary is messed up. Just name it. There's nothing that is working.
All right, I appreciate you.
Please,
thank you so much.
People should take care. Good night.
Thank you. Good night to you too. Thank you. All right. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello. Oh, dear. All right. I don't know what's wrong with the direct line. Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening, Precious.
Sir, you're welcome.
Good evening, Dr. Barrister Darlington.
Hi, Chief.
Now, this is our man, as in, without you, we're not going to hear the truth. Precious will not allow my daddy to talk. That is my fact. And Precious, I want to ask you a question. Why is it that it's so easy for you to read out what any jargons they say, like the one Akpabio said? If he was made a call and said those things about your president.
I'm quoting a source now. Yes, I'm doing my work.
Yes,
you know, this is a barrister that is seated beside you, Barrister Darlington.
He's not in government. Oh, God, don't worry yourself.
So
don't worry.
Times,
don't worry. Just go straight to your point.
I listen to VOP from morning till night, and your show now they are call because I'm just always angry at you. Because you that's why today I almost called you APC leader. I was even scared.
I am not. In person I am not, and I can't be.
In person, I couldn't call you. I was just looking at you. I was like, this is
a job. I'm doing my own. Don't worry yourself.
Oh, you saw me in person. Where did you see me?
I saw you in person. I saw you, boy.
So you people have been marking me. Hey,
monitoring you.
You've been monitoring me.
We love you the way we love the POP. We love you, no problem. But sometimes allow us to. I know that you're doing your job, but just give us some kind of benefit of doubt that we are not going to say. Like insult, like say, but what we are saying, we know this is our grievances, and I know Barrister Darlington is always hitting the point. He says it the way it is. The way you ask the questions, like, Barrister, are you trying to say? It's not like you are instigating something on him to say, but I know you are doing your job, but you said this thing they affect you the way they affect me. Precious, do you know how much? See, I swear, if you use 2,000 naira to eat, you just want to eat, make something take your belly. Say, Mama Puto. There's a Mama Put where you would normally go. They'll tell you the amount of, they'll say they sell beans of 300. The lowest beans they say is 500, and that beans is 1 spoon. And you tell me that, and this person is going to buy. I know they are the only cooks who are the boy food every day.
Oh my God.
So this thing is affecting us that they are not considering. And how can you say one man is more valuable than the whole country?
I'm telling you,
I am excluded in that. And for like the last caller said, I'm a Benin man too. Oba of Benin is my Oba. And I'm a Christian. You cannot generalize because of the fact you're worshiping your king. And let me not take much time. I just got to appreciate you guys and say, Precious, please allow us to talk. We're not going to tell them, say we won't kill them or anything. We will talk with the pain us.
So you know, I have never stopped you from saying what hurts you. So maybe it's you that don't even understand.
The way you question Mr. Darlington that
because I have to ask him now.
Leave us. We are doing our job.
I have to do my job by asking him.
Don't worry yourself.
I have to do my job by asking him.
He cannot stop me from talking.
It is my responsibility to ask him. If he gives me proof, the one that I cannot deny, I'll keep quiet. Did you see me talk?
Exactly.
But if he doesn't give me proof, I will ask again because it is my job to inquire.
Exactly.
The job that I do is to ask questions. I appreciate you anyway. Thank you so much.
And when you ask questions, I go to my archive.
So go and dig them out. Hello, good evening to you. Good evening, are you there? Hello? Hello, are you there? Okay, I don't... Hi. Yes, please, go ahead.
Hello, Precious.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
I can. Go ahead.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
This is Remy.
Yeah, go ahead.
I greet you, sir.
Yeah, Remy, how are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm okay.
Yeah. Where do I start from?
Everywhere. Start everywhere because they're plenty.
It's so unfortunate we don't have the right leaders leading this country. Listening to what Akpabio said, if you have to flip the card, and that thing was said by an opposition against the president.
I'm telling you.
They would have ordered the DSS by now to get at the person.
Maybe.
Or if I'm to even call into you any issue and spill that from my mouth. The other way. We have leaders who lack empathy, and they are not hiding it. They are saying it to our faces. They have the media at their beck and call, so they understand that whatever they say will be heard, either by the print media or the other way around. So they say whatever they want to say, and whatever we want to feel is up to us to decide. You can imagine someone telling us that someone's life is far higher than the rest of us.
I'm telling you.
Does that not sound insane? If I'm to use it's so disheartening.
The whole country.
I don't know if you saw the video of people butchering cows.
That the trailer got stranded and they now went after and they were asking them whether it's a giveaway.
That is where we are now. I don't know the cause of the problem of this party in power. Are they waiting for this country to get burnt before they can get things right? Look at what is happening now. It seems as if the north is far from Lagos State. That is like we are in a war zone. It doesn't make sense for people to butcher cows all because the trailer got spoiled in the middle of the road. It wasn't in the night too.
In the daytime. And somebody was videoing it.
Danger looms, no matter how.
All right, Remy, I have to let you go. Your network is really very bad. All right. Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening, man. Precious.
Sir? Hey, I need the answer again. I don't fear. This one I don't follow me.
Dr. Darlington.
Hello, sir.
Well done, sir.
How are you doing?
Thanks, sir. We thank God for your life.
Amen.
For what you are doing.
Thank you.
We thank your stations for what they are saying to let us know what is going on in the country. God will bless all crew of the radio station.
Amen.
And all those who will come to analyze. We thank you.
Thank you,
straightforward, sir. There's no righteousness, no an iota of truth, no equality, no fairness, no justice from A to Z. That's the reason why we are suffering, dying.
Sorry, sir. Who they talk?
In this country.
Who is speaking?
Victor is the name.
Okay, Victor.
My name is Victor from Mosin.
Okay.
If only we can change our attitude. They've forgotten that no condition is permanent. They've forgotten those who have ruled us. Where are they today? And they also forgotten that there is a living God who is ready to judge according to our way of life. Thank you.
Thank you
so much.
Good night.
All right, good night to you too. So let me pay attention to some of my messages. Barrister Darlington will have so many of them.
I know.
You know now.
Therefore, don't you have you tired?
Hey, Chimo, what did I do? Who sent me? All right, evening prayer, Barrister Darlington. Please, it's high time we put this country, Nigeria, for waiting. Taiwo from Ota. I'm not answering. I don't read anything, Barrister Darlington. You know what you talk. Okay. And then good evening, precious. We can do everything possible to protect the life of Tinubu. Credited to Akpabio. Okay. He said, cannot do anything possible to protect the lives of innocent Nigerians being killed and kidnapped by terrorists on a daily basis, and let Akpabio know that life of Tinubu is not more important than that of my life. Leo, God bless and protect Barrister Darlington for speaking the truth. His Royal Highness B.C. Nwoko says the Senate President is only playing script at the upper chamber and always making mockery of important public issues. It's unfortunate that we have seen ourselves in this situation of no return. Thanks so much, our own Barrister Darlington, for always saying the truth on air without fear or favor. And then, good evening, precious and Barrister Darlington. I repeat after him that Muhammad Buhari is a religious that is after
Shehu
Sani. That Muhammad Buhari is a religious fanatic.
I know
when he said Christians,
that,
when he said Christians vote for Christian, Muslims vote for Muslim. Also, that's why APC contested the last election with the Muslim tickets. I say after all, which one I go do? Chia Guyi from Elasama just sent in that message, and then Uche from Olodia Papa says, let me say it clearly that that the current president was 100% aware about this dog and bamboo we soak in blood Buhari political style, and he quietly or quickly took advantage, and that's now he's benefiting. He's a beneficiary of former President Buhari's political fanaticism. Therefore, he should not complain if Senator Shehu Sani whistles become scary. All right, Precious, you cannot you cannot and should not compete or compare yourself with Barrister. Who they said they compete with? What's the competition? I don't understand you.
Precious, go beg these people. Go beg them. Buy Manu, beg them.
Where is the competition? Where is it coming from? Good evening, Precious. The president of Akwabi and the former ninth Senate President, Senator Ahmed Lawan, didn't win their party primary election to contest for Senate seats during the 2023 general election. The Nigerian courts do padi to declare them winners of the primaries. Iwon Haikechuku sent in that message. How's your opinion? Hi, Precious. Sorry for that. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. At least somebody cares about me. I get our engineers to see what they can do about that as soon as possible. Hello, good evening to you. Hello. Good evening, sir. Welcome. What's your name, sir, and where are you calling from? Can you help me increase the volume of your voice, please, because we can barely hear you? All right. So go ahead, please.
My name is Shehu. I'm calling from Rhodesia. I want to talk on this APC regime. This APC regime, since APC come into power, APC has been putting Nigeria into problem. Nigeria serious problem. APC is another problem coming. Other problem coming every day. That's APC. Please, I don't understand.
All right. So you know you can't make statements like this on public radio. That's very unfair to do, and it's something that will land the station into trouble. So we can't let you do that. But let me just quickly see if I can read. Oh my goodness, Barrister Darlington, the YouTube messages are so much. Unique David says, I'm the first person today. Oh, Isioma Christopher says, precious sir, may God bless you all, the voice of the nation. Please help me tell all the politicians to stop taking our money and use our money to save this country. Lindsay Con says, good evening, precious, looking marvelous. No mind the hunger, not here yet. You are too okay. Thank you, I appreciate it. Emmanuel Ossi says he represents idea of his people, not ours. Perhaps referring to I don't know. Unique David says buying private jets. This is the labor. This is what Labour and all high-profile Nigerians speak against. The profligacy of government or government officials is just saddened. And then Emmanuel Ossi says, how do you expect a man that eats from politicians to talk? He owned many oil wells in Niger Delta. Who's that? Divine Aluka says, good evening, my precious. Happy to join this family live without listening over the radio for years back. The brother Barrister Darlington, I appreciate your efforts towards a nation building. Mafam says, good evening, APC woman leader. I am not, please. And I think it's time that, really stop you guys from saying that, please. So they should keep deceiving themselves. Their people are chasing out in the villages and paying taxes to go to their farms. My problem is 8 years without what is going on now. Arinze Armstrong says, precious, you're sounding as though you don't know what's happening in Nigeria. It is very sad. Emeka Suit says, precious, okay, thank you, I appreciate you. Guam says, how time flies. In 2014, when PDP was in power, Darlington and some people used to claim that Akpabio was the best governor. But now, what happened? One Nigeria says, oh my God, fear this man. Oh, are you encouraging Yahoo? No. Okay. When man says, even when he was the Senate minority leader when EFCC accused him of corruption. Darlington and co claimed it was witch hunting at that time. Precious Nandi says, thank you so much. I appreciate you, my dear Precious, my sister Precious, and brother Precious. Peter Ndubisi says, it's very annoying how Precious always interrupt Barrister Darlington. Oh, sorry, I didn't know I'm this annoying. Gwen Man says, Niger politics, the more you look, the less you see with all these petty politics. Emmanuel also says, I understand Barrister Darlington, the highest Yahoo people are the politicians. After all, Buhari said, how can you want to loot and loot it yourself without allowing someone to do it?
And
Mafam says,
Ndume said that you didn't get to 1 trillion.
And Mafam says, one Nigeria in the chat that political leadership may you poor. Okay, one Nigeria in the chat, that's the political leaders who make you poor, but are chasing people who use pen to add 16-0 to illustrate, not support Yahoo. Okay. Cynthia Omoro-Gieva says, more grace, Barrister Darlington. Emmanuel also says, only God knows how many trillions are in those accounts, the ones that were stolen. Victoria Eke says, the youth learned from their elders, Yahoo learned from Nigerian leaders. Oh, wow. One Nigeria, I don't understand this man. Why is he shouting and yelling? Answer question. I said, tell me, no, Precious, answer me. Emmanuel says, nothing happened to presidential planes. They have 11 jets, so they should sell some and buy new ones. 10 at least at the last count. I can remember 10. 4 of them are helicopters, the other 6 are jets, right? Peter HF says, I can see you are for, okay, I'll leave that. Odili Mafoluko says, Maluko says, overrated traditional rulers, they could not call Fulani headsmen named bandits to order. They should be respected enough to call them to order. Darlington, we always saw the result from River State. We also saw the result from River State, they told you. And Lawson Amadi says, don't mind Precious, she's supporting her Ikwere brother, Wiki. I'm not from Ikwere, just so you know, I'm not an Ikwere woman, Okay. If that makes you fine. But I'm not an Ikwere woman. Yes, I'm proudly a Rivers woman.
Rivers.
Yes, of course, not an Ikwere woman.
Yeah, then you are
Jonah had 1 million. Why would I'm not a Wiki sister at all. I know the degree. In fact, my ethnic nationality is actually closer to that of Fubara than Wiki. So please.
Closer to Abia.
It's closer to Abia and that of Fubara so I'm not. I don't hear you.
George.
And Emmanuel also says, so Precious is from River State, stubborn people. Is that how you people have just profiled people stubborn because of me? Jason says, beautiful evening to you, Madam Pre. Please allow Darlington to talk now, to open their Pastor Trust Norman says, Madam Precious is not only APC woman leader but an official defender of federal government because she will always interject Darlington when speaking truth to power. I bind Precious and her people. Hey, I don't become virus, I be demon where you bind. Okay, Blessing says, Tinubu said Emiloko, it's his turn. And and Gideon Obi says, the suffering we are going through now under Tinubu's administration is unbearable. Wallahi, the suffering too much. It's time we rise and did something about it, you try to say. All right, Precious, I'm moving into your house next week because I can see this economy no reach your side. My dear brother, we will drink water together. Even the water self no pure, na tap water we will drink together. Because one bag of pure water now, I want one sachet na 15 naira. I cannot afford it. Blessing also says, Barrister Denison, God bless you, and Sister Precious. Thank you so much. Barrister Denison, let's take a break. You know, I told you last week that there's a woman who mentioned how she found out from her boyfriend then that she was dating that she's HIV positive. Exactly. And I'm asking, in situations like this, what should the person do? But that's a step down conversation. Let's take a quick break. I'll be right back, Lagos, to focus on that step down conversation after the break. So if you found out that your ex gave you HIV or any sexually transmitted disease that is incurable, as it were, what would you do? Like herpes, like HIV, what would you do? Okay. After the break, Lagos, this is still the Evening Rush 90.3 Voice of the People FM. We'll be right back.
Views on the street. We go to bed empty hunger.
Precious, your people are very funny. Oh. They don't let you rest today.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president.
Through top-notch programming,
You can never please people. Oh.
business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries. Voice of the People, 90.3 became a symbol for 21st century media. And now, a new baby is born. Voice of the People Television, VOP TV, youthful, full of vigor and pressure for excellence in the continent's media space. Exposing the wrongs, applauding the rights, dissecting the news without fear or favor, through factual and accurate stories and contents.
Corruption kills three things and makes the society.
Representing the interests of the people and giving them a voice. Voice of the People TV is here to stay towards building a fair society. VOP TV, Voice of the People Television, truly a voice for the people.
That person where you won't born, if it dey innocent, no go carry person blood put for your head. Jungle justice no good at all. Stop am.
You will light the fire. Do not get hurt. Say no to jungle justice.
We follow for the crowd they look wey dem dey born person. You no stop them. If they do you like film, abi? Your hand self no green. You fit enter the gate. Stop the lynching. Stop jungle justice.
Under the criminal law for Lagos State, person wey start jungle justice, those wey support am, and those wey just sit down look, all of them fit rot for jail. My name na Benjamin Hundeyin, Lagos State Police talk person. Stop jungle justice.
This message now from Lagos State Police Command
and VOP 90.3 FM.
From the views on the street,
Go to bed empty
the blaring horns of a hustling city, the loudest voices of the common man got a medium to be heard.
This particular administration are coming unprepared.
It's not a bad thing to renovate the president's law.
Through top-notch programming, unbiased reportage of news, sports, business, entertainment, and cultural documentaries, Voice of the People, 90.3 FM, became a symbol for 21st century media.
Analysis and top trending topics of the day. Join Precious, Monday to Friday, 7 to 9 p.m.